Imagine a world where every choice you make, from your morning coffee to your career path, is made with only partial information, limited time, and a brain that takes shortcuts just to keep up. This was the world understood with unparalleled clarity by Herbert Simon, born June 15, 1916 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Nobel Prize-winning polymath who, through his landmark 1947 book, Administrative Behavior, gave us the transformative concept of bounded rationality. A man who was equal parts economist, psychologist, computer scientist, and philosopher. What Simon discovered about how we really think changes everything, about business, about technology, and about what it means to be human in an increasingly complex world. Picture this. It's 1955. Simon watches a chess master make a brilliant move in mere seconds. The prevailing wisdom said this was pure calculation, the player evaluating every possible option. But Simon saw deeper. The capacity of the human mind for formulating and solving complex problems is very small compared with the size of problems whose solution is required for objectively rational behavior. This simple observation shattered centuries of economic theory. We are not, as economists assumed, perfectly rational calculators. Instead, we satisfice rather than optimize. We seek solutions that are good enough given our constraints. When you choose a good enough apartment after viewing just 5 options, accept a reasonable job offer rather than holding out for perfection, pick a familiar brand at the supermarket without comparing every alternative, you're proving Simon right. As he wryly noted, human beings are not perfectly rational, but they are adaptively rational. Long before smartphones and social media, Simon issued this prophetic warning in 1971. In an information-rich world, the wealth of information means a dearth of something else, a scarcity of attention. Consider this. The average person now consumes 74 gigabytes of information daily, equivalent to 16 movies. We check our phones 58 times a day, with attention spans shorter than goldfish. Simon predicted this exact crisis. Designing organizations and systems for an information-rich world requires creating mechanisms that filter signal from noise. This explains why Google's search algorithm succeeds by helping us not see 99.9% of information. The most effective leaders are not the smartest, but the best at focus. While others feared machines replacing humans, Simon envisioned something more profound. A computer is not a substitute for human thought, it is a tool to amplify it. His principles shape every AI system we use today. First, consider pattern recognition. Intuition is nothing more and nothing less than recognition, the ability to see patterns based on experience. This insight became the foundation of modern machine learning, the very technology that powers facial recognition, medical diagnoses, and even your phone's predictive text. Then there's problem representation. Solving a problem means representing it so the solution becomes transparent. This explains why ChatGPT can converse so naturally. The AI doesn't just process information, it frames questions and answers in ways that make sense to human minds. When your phone predicts your next word or Netflix suggests your next show, that's Simon's vision in action. Perhaps Simon's most surprising insight was this. The proper study of mankind is the science of design, not just as a technical skill, but as a core discipline for every educated person. From iPhone interfaces to hospital emergency rooms, we now see his principles everywhere. Uber's surge pricing shapes driver behavior through clever design. Amazon's one-click makes buying effortless by reducing decision fatigue. IKEA's store layout guides 680 million annual visitors with subtle cues. As Simon observed, an organization is a system of coordinated action among individuals whose preferences and knowledge differ. The central problem is how to coordinate these differences. So what does this mean for your daily life? Herbert Simon offers us 4 transformative principles that can help us navigate our complex world. First, embrace satisficing. Simon reminds us, decision-making is not about finding the perfect solution, but about finding one that is good enough. In practical terms, this means setting reasonable time limits for decisions based on their importance. Give yourself 10 minutes to choose a restaurant, not an hour. Spend a week researching a new car, not a month. Second, design your environment. Simon observed that organizations are systems of roles and routines that shape behavior. We can apply this insight personally by making good habits effortless and bad habits difficult. Keep your workout clothes by the bed. Uninstall distracting apps during work hours. Small environmental tweaks lead to big behavioral changes. Third, value attention over information. Simon warned us that what information consumes is obvious, the attention of its recipients. In our information-flooded world, this means implementing strict focus rituals. Try scheduling email checks just twice daily. Use website blockers during deep work sessions. Treat your attention like the precious, finite resource it is. Fourth, leverage patterns. As Simon noted, the expert is not someone with all the answers, but one who asks the right questions. Build simple systems for recurring decisions. Create morning and evening routines. Develop checklists for frequent tasks. These cognitive frameworks help your bounded rationality work at its best. As we navigate our complex world, Simon's wisdom echoes louder than ever. The boundaries between disciplines are artificial. To solve real problems, we must cross them. From behavioral economics to AI, from organizational theory to design thinking, Simon's fingerprints are everywhere. His final gift to us may be this liberating truth. Science is not about finding ultimate truth, but building models good enough to help us navigate reality. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by choices, remember, you were never meant to be perfectly rational. And thanks to Herbert Simon, we now know how to thrive within our beautifully bounded minds. I'm grateful for the moments shared in discourse. May our paths cross again in the fullness of time.